Hello, how you doing? You right? Nice to meet you all. My name's John Long, as you said. That's my real name, John Long. Some people think that's a stage name. It's not. It's my actual name, John Long. Yeah. I shortened it though, I should say. My full name is Jonathan Longathan. You can call me that. If you like. I'm from Lincolnshire. Oh, no way. You're from Lincolnshire? Which bit? Not you. Not you. Oh, very not far. Spalding. Oh, we should talk afterwards. This would be nice. The rest of you, it's where your vegetables are from. You're welcome. That's all that's there. I moved to London for Wi-Fi, more than anything else. And just to meet people, because Boston's like a town. It's got people there. Where I'm from, there's nothing. Okay, and so it was a bit of a hard transition, though, moving to London. A few things that a bit of a culture shock. Londoners, give me a cheer. There's a few things about London I'd love to heads up on. I'm not talking about what side of the escalator to stand on. I'm talking about specifically the noises that foxes make when they have sex. Yes, I can tell from a few people's reactions you've heard this. You can back me up for the people that maybe haven't heard it yet that I'm not exaggerating with this impression. Why'd you let us find that out for ourselves? You got country bumpkins like me walking around the streets of London at 3 a.m. in our pyjamas, going, "Are you okay?" What is happening to you? I've called the police. They come. That's who told me, London. The police. That's who you left that job up to. Over the phone, I wish, came to my door, they did. 2 of them. This is what our taxpayers' money's going on, my first week in London. What a lovely welcome. 2 police officers at my door. I was halfway through explaining what the noise was, and one of them just went, "Oh, God." Was it this noise? And then he pointed to the other one. It was clearly the only one of the 2 who could do the impression. And he, a fully uniformed officer with a really jaded look on his face, like he knew it was beneath him, just stood there going, "Ah!" He told me it's 80% of what the Met do at this point. Fox Sex Outreach Awareness Officers. But I like it, London. It's got a much faster pace of life, London. I like that. Lincolnshire, the part I'm from, again, very quite slow pace to it. Where I'm from, there was a lot of people who went to church. Not really because they're particularly devout, just because something to do. Okay? I used to go myself as a child. Don't go anymore. Any other lapsed Catholics in? Holla. Hey. I don't go anymore. I don't really miss it. There's one thing I miss, and that's communion. I was obsessed with communion. I'm not sure why. Did you like communion? Yeah, I quite liked it. I don't know why. I think even... The reason is because even as a child... Oh, if you don't know what communion is, by the way, it's the wine and wafers. Yeah. Oh, it's more than that. I've made it sound like a light lunch. It's the whole thing. And I was obsessed. Because when you're a kid, you can't go. You have to do your first communion, then you get to go. And before that, if you haven't done it yet, you're not allowed, right? And there comes a bit in the service where the adults get up and go off to the altar, and you're left like the only non-smoker in the pub watching the Coats. You know? They're up there with the drinks and the snacks without you. They're all whispering to each other. That doesn't help. Oh, what are you talking about up there? I couldn't wait to find out what he was saying. That was the main intrigue. I remember it so vividly, my first communion. Came up to me, the priest, and he gave me the wafer, and he said, "Body of Christ." I said, "Oh, not too bad yourself, Reverend. Thank you very much." Thank you. Have been working out, actually, yeah. Quite a ripped 6-year-old, you should know that about me. Quite a flirty one, it would seem. Totally misread the situation. Thought everyone got an individual compliment at the end of the week to perk them up. You know, tailored specifically to you. I thought it'd be like, "Oh, Deborah, those spin classes have been really paying off. Legs of Christ. Well done." There you go. Anyway, I moved to London, and I did find a job. I don't want to brag about it. I know times are tight. I found a job in a waste and recycling factory. Yeah, I know. The Tip. I don't know why I'm talking up. I worked at the Tip for a number of years. I was a tour guide. I promise I'm not even lying there. Yeah, school tours. Can you imagine how thrilled those school children were to be taken to the Tip for a lovely day out? And it was old Stig here at the gates, welcoming them in. Recycling can be cool. And as it turns out, it can't. Very hard subject matter to zhuzh up. Now, the reason it exists is because London's particularly bad at recycling, and the stuff we were given was shocking. Right, so they need to educate out the problem. I'm not talking about the wrong kind of plastic. I'm talking about some objects we were given on the regular. Got so bad I had to write a song about it, which I'll end on today. A song called You Can't Recycle That. Okay. There's a sing-along at the end. How do you feel about sing-alongs? Good, that's going to be great. I'll talk you through it, but just hop on that train. Oh, sorry. Exactly. There are certain types of rubbish that don't go in the bin. Materials we can use again that we call recycling. Like paper, cardboard, plastic too, glass and metal tins. But sometimes people get this wrong and they give us other things. So I feel the need to clarify so that we can get things clear about some things you can't recycle that we've received throughout the years. I want you to all bear in mind these are 100% genuinely true examples from London. You all bearing that in mind? Don't shoot the messenger. All right. You can't recycle dead cats. I shouldn't need to say that. And yet at least 2 or 3 times a year, I've taken a 0 off that to make you feel better, someone sends us through a dead cat. I know, these are the facts. You can't recycle bullets. No. Or deactivated hand grenades. They look remarkably similar to non-deactivated hand grenades. Shat myself. And you can't recycle dildos, no. But seriously, we got lots and lots of those, and we don't know where they've been. By that I mean, we know exactly where they've been, so please stop sending us dildos. Not addressing you directly. I like that what you two have like seems to have settled a bet over here with that information. I told you it bloody wasn't. There you go. But no, honestly, don't. I think people just think out of sight, out of mind. It disappears into ether. It all has to go somewhere, and there are very real life consequences. Sadly, I once had to take a tour group around the recycling centre, and the tour group comprised of 15 women in their 80s. It's a WI group, and whilst stood at the conveyor belts, we were confronted by the dildo, yes, and I was forced to explain to all of them what a dildo was. And it's a very noisy building, and they were hard of hearing. So I had to shout, "It's a sex thing!" to 15 women in their 80s. It's a real event from my lifetime now, and in hindsight, I think they definitely knew what it was. Obviously, they were just fucking with me. I think it took me 4 years to work that out. And I don't want to explain to an 80-year-old woman what a dildo is again. Everybody now, I get it feel very good over here. I don't want to explain. You are straight on that. I love you, front row, fantastic. To an 80-year-old woman, and the hint of a sway emerging as well. I like that too. What a dildo is again. And just the fellas now. Oh, don't let me down, fellas. I don't want to explain. So basic, I love it. To an 80-year-old woman. A little Welsh choir over here, that's amazing. What a dildo is again. Ladies, now it's your turn. Beautiful! I don't want to explain. I was not expecting that over there. Fantastic. To an 80-year-old harmonising. Second row, the 3 of you. What a dildo is. And one last time, now all together. I don't want to explain. Really get into it. I don't want to. Woman of all people! Can you imagine how she happened to me? What a dildo! So stop sending us dildos! Thank you very much, everyone. You've been lovely. Enjoy the rest of your show.